The massive grizzly bear stood between Alex and certain death. Alex Coleman felt the loose rocks crumble beneath his boots. The cliff edge was 3 feet away. Montana's wilderness stretched endlessly below him. One wrong step meant a 200-foot fall onto jagged rocks. The bear watched him with intelligent brown eyes. This was not how Alex planned to spend his Tuesday morning hike. He had come to Glacier National Park for solitude. For peace. For healing after his devastating divorce. Not to die at the claws of North America's apex predator. The grizzly was enormous. 8 feet tall when standing. Easily 600 pounds of pure muscle. Its fur rippled in the mountain breeze like liquid copper. Alex held his breath. Every survival guide said the same thing. Do not run. Do not make eye contact. Play dead if attacked. But this bear was not attacking. It was watching him slip toward the edge. Alex's left foot found nothing but air. His hiking boots scraped against loose granite. His backpack shifted dangerously backward. Gravity was winning this battle. "Oh God," he whispered. The bear moved. Not toward him. Not away from him. Around him. The massive creature positioned itself between Alex and the cliff. It lowered its head and gently nudged Alex forward with its snout. Away from the edge. Away from death. Alex stumbled forward 3 steps. His knees gave out. He collapsed onto solid ground, gasping for air he did not realize he had been holding. The bear sat down beside him. Like a giant dog waiting for praise. "Thank you," Alex breathed. The grizzly tilted its head. Almost like it understood human speech. Then it stood up, looked directly into Alex's eyes for one impossible moment, and disappeared into the dense pine forest. Alex sat there for 20 minutes. His hands shook uncontrollably. His heart hammered against his ribs. Every fiber of his being screamed that what just happened was impossible. Bears do not save humans. Bears do not show empathy. Bears definitely do not risk their own safety to help a stranger. Yet here he was. Alive. Breathing. Sitting safely away from the cliff edge because a wild grizzly bear had chosen to help him instead of ignore him. Or worse. Alex finally stood up on trembling legs. He pulled out his phone to call his ex-wife Jennifer. He did not know who else to call. Jennifer had been his best friend for too long. Old habits died hard, even after divorce papers. No signal. Of course. The hike back to his cabin took 3 hours. Alex replayed those crucial seconds over and over. The bear's gentle nudge. Those intelligent eyes. The deliberate positioning between him and danger. It felt like being saved by a guardian angel. Except guardian angels were supposed to have wings, not claws. That night, Alex called his brother David in Seattle. "A bear saved your life?" David's skepticism was obvious even through the phone. "I know how it sounds." "It sounds insane, Alex. Bears do not save people. They eat people." This one was different. Different how? Alex struggled to find words. It was like it cared what happened to me. David sighed. "You've been under a lot of stress lately. The divorce. Losing the house. Maybe your mind played tricks on you." My mind did not imagine a 600-pound grizzly bear. "No, but maybe you interpreted normal bear behavior as something miraculous." Normal bear behavior would have been mauling me to death. David went quiet. "Are you okay up there alone?" "I'm fine. Better than fine." I feel like I witnessed something incredible. Just be careful, okay? And maybe cut your trip short. Come home. I still have 4 days left. Alex. I'm staying. This place is special. That bear was special. David hung up with a frustrated goodbye. Alex spent the next day exploring different trails. He found himself looking for the bear. Hoping to see it again. Wanting to somehow thank it properly. No luck. He hiked the Eagle's Nest Trail. The Hidden Falls Path. The Ridgeline Loop. Beautiful scenery. No bears. No wildlife at all, actually. Just endless trees and stunning mountain views. On his 3rd day, Alex decided to return to the spot where it happened. The cliff edge looked even more terrifying in daylight. Loose rocks. Crumbling ledge. 200-foot drop. He really had been seconds away from death. "Thank you," he said aloud to the empty forest. Nothing replied. Alex started back toward his cabin around 4 o'clock. The afternoon sun filtered through pine needles like golden honey. Birds chirped somewhere high overhead. His footsteps crunched on fallen leaves. Then he heard it. Heavy breathing. Not human breathing. Something much larger. Much more powerful. Alex froze. The sound came from his left. Behind a cluster of massive pine trees. Something was back there. Something big enough to make the ground vibrate with each step. Before we continue with what Alex discovered behind those trees, don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. Alex crept forward slowly. His hiking boots made almost no sound on the soft forest floor. His heart pounded so loudly he was certain every animal within miles could hear it. He peered around the largest pine tree. And nearly screamed. The same grizzly bear stood 30 feet away. Alex was absolutely certain it was the same bear. Same size. Same copper-colored fur. Same intelligent brown eyes. But this time, the bear was not alone. It held something in its massive jaws. Something small and brightly colored. The bear was being very careful not to bite down. Just holding whatever it was with the gentleness of a mother cat carrying her kitten. Alex squinted harder. A toy. A small child's toy. A red stuffed elephant with yellow ears and a blue bow tie. The bear noticed Alex watching. Instead of running away or showing aggression, it looked directly at him. Then it started walking deeper into the forest. It paused after 10 steps and looked back, as if waiting for Alex to follow. Every survival instinct Alex possessed screamed at him to turn around. To go back to his cabin. To pack his bags and drive home to Seattle immediately. Instead, he followed the bear. The grizzly moved through the forest with surprising grace for such a massive creature. It never went so fast that Alex lost sight of it. Never so slow that Alex caught up. Always exactly the right distance ahead. The stuffed elephant dangled from its jaws like a bizarre flag of surrender. They walked for 45 minutes. Deeper into wilderness than Alex had ever ventured. The trees grew thicker. The undergrowth more dense. The silence more complete. Alex's phone showed no bars. No GPS signal. If something happened to him out here, nobody would ever find his body. The bear stopped. Alex stopped too. They stood in a small clearing surrounded by towering pines. Afternoon shadows stretched long across the forest floor. The air smelled of pine needles and something else. Something wrong. Fear. The bear dropped the toy elephant and walked to the base of a fallen log. It looked back at Alex, then looked down at the ground behind the log. Alex approached cautiously. What he saw behind that log changed everything. A little girl. Maybe 5 years old. Curled up in a ball. Unconscious. Her clothes were torn and dirty. Her face was pale as winter snow. Her breathing was so shallow Alex almost could not see her chest moving. "Oh my God," Alex whispered. He knelt beside the child and checked for a pulse. Weak but steady. She was alive, but barely. Hypothermic. Dehydrated. Maybe injured. "Hey sweetheart," Alex said softly. "Can you hear me?" The little girl's eyes fluttered open. Blue eyes. Terrified blue eyes. "I'm here to help," Alex continued in the gentlest voice he could manage. "What's your name?" "Emma," she whispered. Her voice was like autumn leaves rustling in wind. "Emma, I'm Alex. How long have you been out here?" "I don't know." Tears started rolling down her dirty cheeks. "I got lost. It was getting dark. I was so scared." Alex looked around the clearing. No camping gear. No backpack. No water bottle. This child had been wandering the wilderness alone. "Where are your parents, Emma?" "At the campground. I was playing by the creek. I followed a butterfly. Then I could not find my way back." Alex's heart broke. This little girl had been lost in bear country for God only knew how long. She should have been dead. Hypothermia. Dehydration. Wild animals. Any number of things could have killed her. But she was alive. Because a grizzly bear had found her toy. Had brought it to the one person who might help. Had led Alex directly to her location. "Emma, I'm going to carry you out of here. We're going to find your parents." "The big bear," Emma whispered. "It stayed with me. It kept me warm." Alex turned around. The grizzly was still there. Sitting quietly at the edge of the clearing. Watching them with those same intelligent brown eyes. "The bear stayed with you?" "All night. It lay down next to me. I was so cold, but it kept me warm. When I woke up, it was gone." Alex stared at the massive predator. "You've been taking care of her." The bear made a soft huffing sound. Almost like agreement. Alex carefully lifted Emma into his arms. She weighed almost nothing. Like carrying a bundle of feathers. She wrapped her small arms around his neck and held on tight. "Which way?" Alex asked the bear. The grizzly stood up and started walking. Not back the way they had come. A different direction. A more direct path. Alex followed. The bear led them through terrain Alex never could have navigated alone. Dense undergrowth. Steep rocky slopes. Creek beds and fallen logs. But the bear knew exactly where it was going. 40 minutes later, Alex heard voices. Human voices. Shouting. Calling a name over and over. "Emma! Emma, where are you?" "That's Daddy," Emma whispered weakly. The bear stopped at the edge of another clearing. This one contained 3 park ranger vehicles. A search and rescue team. At least 20 people combing the forest. "Over here!" Alex shouted as loud as he could. "I found her. She's alive." The response was immediate. People running toward his voice. Crashing through underbrush. Someone shouting into a radio for medical assistance. Alex emerged from the tree line carrying Emma. The little girl's parents reached them first. Her mother collapsed to her knees sobbing. Her father took Emma from Alex's arms with tears streaming down his face. "Thank God," her mother kept repeating. "Thank God, thank God, thank God." The paramedics arrived within minutes. Emma was dehydrated and exhausted but otherwise unharmed. Miraculous, considering she had spent 2 nights alone in the wilderness. "How did you find her?" Ranger Thompson asked Alex while the paramedics worked. Alex looked back toward the forest. The bear was gone. "I got lucky," he said. "Lucky? You were miles off any marked trail. In the middle of nowhere." "I know. What made you go that direction?" Alex hesitated. Nobody would believe the truth. Nobody would understand what really happened. "I heard something," he said finally. Ranger Thompson frowned. "Heard what?" "I'm not sure. Maybe a voice calling for help." It was not exactly a lie. The bear had been calling for help. Just not with words. Emma's parents wanted to thank Alex properly. They invited him to dinner. Offered to pay for his expenses. Asked how they could ever repay him. "Just take care of her," Alex said. "Love her every day. That's enough." 2 days later, Alex was packing to leave when Ranger Thompson knocked on his cabin door. "Got a minute?" the ranger asked. "Sure." Thompson stepped inside and closed the door behind him. His expression was serious. Almost suspicious. "I've been thinking about your story." "What about it?" "You said you heard something that led you to the girl." "That's right. Alex, I've been working these mountains for 15 years. I know every sound this forest makes. And I know the area where you found Emma." Alex waited. "There's no way sound carries from that clearing to where you said you were hiking." "Not possible. Too much distance. Too many trees." Alex's mouth went dry. "So I'm asking again. What really led you to her?" Alex sat down heavily on his couch. He had 2 choices. Tell the truth and sound insane. Or keep lying to a man whose job was protecting people in these mountains. "You're going to think I'm crazy. Try me." Alex took a deep breath. "A bear led me to her." Thompson's eyebrows went up. "A bear. A grizzly. It found her toy elephant. Brought it to me. Led me directly to where she was hiding. A grizzly bear. I know how it sounds." Thompson sat down across from Alex. "Actually, it sounds familiar." "Familiar?" "We've had reports over the years. A grizzly that behaves strangely around humans. Never aggressive. Sometimes helpful. Most people assume it's different bears, but the descriptions are always the same. Large male. Copper-colored fur. Extremely intelligent behavior." Alex's heart started beating faster. "Have you seen it?" "Once. 3 years ago. A hiker had a heart attack on the Ridge Trail. By the time we found him, a grizzly was sitting next to him. Guarding him. When we approached, the bear just walked away." "Guarding him?" The hiker said the bear had been there for hours. Keeping other animals away. When the man tried to get up, the bear gently pushed him back down. Like it knew he needed to stay still. Alex stared at the ranger. "Did the hiker survive?" "Made a full recovery. Said that bear saved his life." They sat in silence for several minutes. "There's something else," Thompson said finally. "What?" "That bear, we think we know where it came from." Alex leaned forward. 5 years ago, we had a ranger named Kai Donovan. Best tracker I ever knew. Kai specialized in bear behavior. He'd spend weeks alone in the wilderness, studying grizzly populations. What happened to him? Thompson's expression darkened. Poachers. A gang from out of state. They were hunting illegally in the park, killing bears for their paws and gallbladders. Kai tracked them down. And they shot him. Left him to die in the wilderness. Alex felt sick. Did you catch them? Eventually. But too late for Kai. What does this have to do with the bear? Thompson stood up and walked to the window. He stared out at the forest for a long moment. Kai found an orphan bear cub that spring. Its mother had been killed by the same poachers. Kai bottle-fed it. Trained it. Taught it not to fear humans. Alex's blood turned to ice. The cub grew up to be a 600-pound grizzly with an unusual bond to humans. The pieces clicked into place. You think the bear that saved me was Kai's cub? All grown up. Still protecting people the way Marcus taught it to. Alex sat back stunned. The stories spread. Online forums. Local newspapers. National Park Service incident reports. Always the same description. A large grizzly with copper-colored fur and impossibly gentle behavior. Alex returned to Seattle, but he was never the same. He started volunteering with search and rescue teams to helping lost souls find their way home. The bear taught him a simple truth: life is worth protecting. And even wild strength can carry a kind heart. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me keep sharing more amazing stories with you.